Hello and welcome in, friends. It's Lauren, Oracle of the Rose, and I promised some journaling prompts to all of you. But before we get started today, I just want to take a moment again to say that I decided to make my office the out of doors today, but there are traffic noises in the background. So if it's too distracting, please tell me that in the comments and I'll stop doing this. But I love the background. So, and this is my favorite place to be. Not only that, but I really want to take a moment to call in community. I'm calling in community of the Sisterhood of the Rose. Anyone who really is feeling drawn into knowing that they carry the rose lineage of light, knowing that they are a healer, knowing that they are an empath, knowing that they have these very rare intuitive and psychic gifts. Maybe you feel drawn into working with the rose. Maybe you have had spontaneous activations like I have with the rose. Maybe you have had amazing meditations or visitations from either Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene or Isis or Freya or any of the goddess energies that tend to come forward and call us home from within our heart space. And what I've noticed is that as we are each going through our own spiritual journey, as we're each going through our own consciousness expansion, we're coming into this greater awareness of a deeper purpose that we incarnated here within this time frame for this particular lifetime, that we're meant to bring forward particular gifts in order to be of service for humanity. It's a truck that's kind of loud. And so if that resonates with you, we are meant to be joining together, I believe, in a community and sisterhood. We're meant to be sharing our gifts with one another. As we do so, we're each activating the other even further and helping to bring this mandala of energy that we're each holding and carrying within our heart spaces. It's bringing it fully online into its fullest expression. And I truly believe that there is some type of deeper purpose that we are here right now meant to serve, especially with as difficult as everything has been recently on the planet, specifically within the United States. And there's more to come. The astrology tells us there's much more to come. And so this video is a video which, yes, it's always timeless. Anytime you find this video is perfect for you. But it's discussing the next full moon we're about to go through, which is a second full moon in Capricorn at the 29th degree mark. And this full moon is going to be conjunct and within orb of conjunction with Pluto, even though it's an out of sign conjunction, because Pluto will be at 1 degree of Aquarius. And this is across the Capricorn and Cancer axis in your birth chart. So if you take a look at your own natal chart and you can locate the house that Cancer occupies in your chart and the house that Capricorn occupies in your chart, this is the axis point of energy that's really had this deep working taking place. There's been a very deep process underway. I believe, and I've been feeling this process since really the Gemini full moon in the beginning of June of 2024. So we had that Gemini new moon, and then we had the first the first Capricorn full moon, which was at 1 degree of Capricorn, the very beginning of the sign. Now we're having the second Capricorn full moon. It's having this resetting effect with the synodic cycle, with the moon cycle. And it's also at the very last degree of Capricorn. So it's covering that full area of life. And typically what that is focused on is the foundations, the structures, the beliefs, the hard work that is put into something, the place that also we feel the most comfort with, that we might go home to, very foundational energy for our lives. Capricorn is governed it's the home of Saturn. So Saturn is, and this is in ancient astrology, of course, but Saturn is the ancient ruler of Capricorn, and it is the last visible planet to the naked eye, and represents that space where we can both look back and perceive. So that's one reason I believe it represents time, because you have this ability to look backwards with Saturn's assistance. You can also look out into the ethers. You can look into the spiritual realms and really pull from that a deeper understanding of maybe the bigger picture, a more objective view that really is focused on what is in the best and highest good for everyone involved. And Cancer is the sign of the mother, it's the sign of the nurturer. And what I've really felt strongly is that we have been through this deep process of continued shadow work, where we're going into the very depths of what hasn't been working for us in our lives, what isn't in the highest alignment to nurture our own needs. And the words that have kept coming forward for me is to tune back into the animal body, to tune back into the sentience and the knowing that we all hold within our heart space, that we all hold within our bodies and different areas of our body, to tune into what it is wanting to communicate perhaps to us about what's coming up, whether that is on a physical level, a mental health, or emotional level. And I feel that piece very deeply. There's been a lot of water energy in the air, a lot of emotional catharsis, a lot of flooding, a lot of tears, a lot of releasing has been taking place within this emotional space. And really it's been, I believe, this kind of massaging and this back and forth of what we're realizing is no longer supporting us properly. And so some questions that you could potentially meditate upon or journal upon or just reflect, give some thought to as we're moving through this period is really just what is already coming up into your awareness, because this is a process already underway. You will already know the areas of life that this is affecting for you. But maybe tuning into what are your needs and giving yourself full permission to explore what you need to feel good in all areas of life, but specifically the areas of life that are really trying to maybe get your attention, drawing your awareness to them. Maybe some shadow work has been coming up, and there is a level of stubborn energy present here, but it's also very deeply transformative. So it might be a little bit painful. It might be difficult to look at some of the harder truths about our own energetic participation and what might not be working out for us, or what might not be holding us properly. And maybe the nurtured space that we need physically or emotionally or with our nervous systems. What is it that we need to feel supported? So just taking the moment to really journal that out and giving that permission to check in. Saturn again represents time, and so just bringing that mindful perspective, that tender and gentle perspective to yourself, that it's okay. You have permission for your needs to change. You have permission for your boundaries to shift. You have permission to define new ways that you need to be held properly and nurtured properly. And this might be a time to tune in a little bit more deeply to what your personal love language is, what you need to feel safe, what you need to feel like you have a sturdy foundation underneath you at this moment, and perhaps looking at anything that undermines that. What are the shadows there for you to sit with? Is that evoking a certain sense that might be one of those old mental thought loops or emotional patterns that are showing themselves to you? Or perhaps it's an area within your daily practice that you need to add in a little bit more nurturing to your physical body, to your nervous system, to manage some of the difficult and intense energies that we're all kind of working through, moving through, and encountering at this moment in time in our history. So tuning into your needs and maybe exploring in what ways does my current self-care and energetic hygiene practice support me and my foundation, and are there ways that I need to beef that up a little bit right now? If I'm feeling more turbulence in the air, if I'm feeling more sensitivity, are there ways that I can help bring soothing into my system? And that might mean maybe I spend less time scrolling my phone. Maybe I spend more time in nature. Maybe I decide I'm going to pleasure read. Maybe I decide I'm going to increase the amount of music I'm listening to, or implement going on a mindful walk every single day. And while I'm on that walk, I will remain 100% engaged with nature around me. I will try to connect with the trees or the birds, whatever it may be that feels good to you. What can you do that might be maybe a little creative, but that will really soothe aspects of your animal body? What does it need to be tended to? And then the last maybe area that you could really dive into that I feel that's really been coming up for me has been this sense of some deep inner child work. And this could be work that you might have already thought that you had completed previously. You might have thought you closed the chapter and had healed this aspect, only to discover you really hadn't fully confronted or had the courage to go all the way down into the depth of that issue. And so now I've really been receiving a lot of guidance actually around bringing our own self-love, bringing our own compassion into this timeless space that we each hold within our heart space, where we can then access that younger person in whichever age it may be. And it may go all the way back even into the womb or even into past life and beyond. Just feel into that for yourself. But if you've noticed that there are themes that are coming up, that are hurts that relate into other time periods, it might be a good practice for you to take a moment to just explore that for yourself. What does my inner child need? What did my inner child not really receive at a foundational level that's now showing up for me in relationships? And that could be in relationships with others, and it could be in relationship with yourself. And it could be within relationship to kind of the world. We have really been doing a lot of work to remove a lot of our the programming that was kind of imposed upon our psyches that has limited our own understanding of our personal divinity. And so we're all really returning into relationship with that. And so how can I then nurture my inner divinity is another beautiful question to explore. What does that aspect, that timeless aspect of myself need to flourish right now? To feel that there is a strong, nurturing foundation underneath my footing. So, I hope that this gave you a little bit of food for thought and something to think about, maybe some practices to either reflect upon or take them to your journal and give yourself the time to really mindfully move through the powerful astrology that's all around us, because this particular week of astrology, this week of midweek of July, moving right into the last full moon of Capricorn, it's containing a very potent signature that is really just, these are once in a lifetime signatures. They're incredibly potent, and I really believe that there's this deeper evolutionary process underway. And when we take these mindful moments to journal, to reflect upon what is actually going on in our own lives and how this is showing up for us each individually and personally, I think that helps us to really unfold a deeper awareness, a deeper level of soul growth, and to benefit the most from working with the energies that are present. So if you found this helpful, please share the video, please like or give me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear if you found this video helpful and or the background noise to be too much. Take good care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.